What's up, you guys? We decided to make this video because a lot of people ask us how much we spent in our trip to Southeast Asia. So in this video, we're going to share all the details, how much we spent on our trip, how much you need to travel comfortably to Southeast Asia, and which are the countries that are more expensive. But before we start, grab a cup of coffee and cue me the intro. I'm Gabe, and this is my wife, Bruna. We're both financial planners turned digital nomads, and we're currently on a 7-month trip around the globe. In this channel, we show you that it's possible to travel the world while working and maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Guys, before I actually start this video, I want to make a huge disclosure. You can travel to Southeast Asia with pretty much any budget. If you're a single person and you don't mind staying in hostels, you can spend $1,000 a month or you can spend $1,500 a month. You'll be totally fine. We were traveling as a couple and we're not particularly on a budget. We live in Florida in the United States and our cost of living was over $6,000 a month. So we weren't that worried about how much we were going to spend in Southeast Asia, so we traveled comfortably. Be mindful that when you get to Southeast Asia, they do not accept cards in a lot of places, specifically in Thailand. So keep cash with you at all times. It was actually pretty difficult for us to tally everything up because we spent a lot of money in cash and I didn't have the credit card statements. So this video was very hard to make. Now that we got that out of the way, let's cut to the chase. The first major area where you will be spending money on will be stays. We opted in renting Airbnbs because of the convenience of having the whole place to ourselves, and also we were traveling with our friend for 30 days, so we needed a place that had 2 separate rooms. Our total expense with stays was $2,791, and it came out to $70 a night. On average, the most expensive place was in Patong, which was $96, and the least expensive was in Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam, that was $28 a night. If you're traveling as a couple, you'll probably be spending around $60 a night if you're traveling somewhere in Southeast Asia. Our prerequisites when booking a place was if it had fast Wi-Fi, hot water, and AC, and AC was definitely a non-negotiable item for us. So again, if you're traveling as a couple, you want to go comfortably, $60 a night should be fine. Number 2 is transportation. This was also a big ticket item for us because we really wanted convenience when going from point A to point B. So whenever we had the opportunity to fly, we would fly. For this segment, we're not going to consider our flights to and from Asia because every place is different. You know, if you're flying from Australia or the United States, you're going to be spending different amount of money on flights. So what we can say is that we spent $1,431 on flights, so $1,431 on flights for a total of 6 flights, which was $238 per flight for us both. One of the cheapest places we found to go to and from was Phuket in Thailand due to the high offer that they have. They have a lot of flights going in and out of Phuket, so flying there was inexpensive. And going to Koh Samui in Koh Phangan was kind of expensive because they don't have that many flights, but that was probably the most expensive flight that we got. If you're going to that area, Koh Tao, Koh Phangan, and Koh Samui, do consider taking a ferry as it might be way cheaper than grabbing a flight. One pro tip I can give you while flying in Asia is never use AirAsia. AirAsia has this crazy policy where you can only carry with yourself 7 kilograms, which is about 15 pounds if you're from the US. If you're over that amount, they won't consider you. You have to pay extra. The tickets that I put in there, that $1,400 that we spent, are already considering the $200 or $300 that we had in fees and baggage fees. So up until now, we talked about flying, but what about getting around in the places that we were in? We quickly learned in Vietnam that the best way to get around was by renting a motorbike. At first, I was super hesitant. I had no experience driving a motorbike anywhere, especially in a different country, but it totally worked out. It was one of the best decisions we actually made because it was easy. Renting a motorbike will vary around $6 to $8 a day depending on where you are, and gas is super cheap as well. You'll probably spend around $10 a day in transportation. If you do not want to take a bike, you can also order Grabs. Grab is pretty much the Uber in Southeast Asia, and they use it everywhere, and our total expense with Grab during the whole trip was $259, which was about $5 per trip. So keep in mind, if you do order Grabs, it's going to be more expensive than keeping a motorbike. Our total cost with transportation on land was $403, and that's including Grabs and motorbikes. So if you're wondering how much you're going to be spending on food, I have great news for you. Not much. In Cambodia, Thailand, and Vietnam, dishes were often $3 to $5, and we would usually spend around $15 when eating out. Because we did eat out for every single meal, our cost came out to $1,583, which averaged $36 a day. Again, guys, we were not on a budget, so we ate whatever we felt like eating. If you want to set a realistic budget on food, visiting these 3 countries, you can say that $30 a day would be more than enough for a couple. Now, there were few places that we went to that had international cuisine, and we often spent around $40 per meal, but this was when we want to eat different dishes and not Thai food or Khmer food in Cambodia. Okay, now for the mobile expenses. Our mobile plan we opted into was Airalo. Airalo is an app that you can download on your phone, and you can purchase data while you're on the road. The cool thing about Airalo is that you can buy a package for the whole Southeast Asian countries. So you can buy one package and use it all across Southeast Asia. The amount that you're going to spend obviously depends on how much you're going to use in data. Our cost for the 45 days we were there was $114, which was roughly $2.40 per day for us both. And now we left the best for last in Bruna's case. This is going to vary a lot depending on what you want to buy. I don't know the exact number, but I'm gonna say that we spent around $350 on clothes and gifts for other people. In Southeast Asia, souvenirs are going to be very inexpensive, and you'll be looking at $1 to $5 per gift. So if you want to bring back gifts to other people, to your friends and family, you can bring it, and just be aware that you're going to have to buy more luggage, because that's what happened to us. All right, so for our total expenses, we have $1,583 on food, $1,922 on transportation, so airfare, Grab, motorbikes, and ferries, $1,005 on experiences like Airbnb experiences, food tours, everything like that, $2,791 on stays, $114 on mobile, $350 on shopping, and $45 on ATM fees. So be aware that if you withdraw money all the time, you're going to pay a lot of fees, and we made that mistake. So our total expense for the trip was $8,110, which came out to $184 a day. So if you're traveling as a couple, just keep a budget of $200 a day. You should be very comfortable, because we traveled in a comfortable way to Southeast Asia. So there you have it. That's what we spent in 45 days traveling to Southeast Asia. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you can join us in the Scarabelli way. I'll see you later.